Welcome back, ProGuides family. My name is Trey, and today we have an amazing video for all you newer players to our beloved game. Today we'll be going over the easiest agents to learn and how to master them fast. These will be agents that are easy to pick up either for newer players or players that want to expand their agent pool. Just because these agents are easy to pick up doesn't mean that they don't have a high skill ceiling. Every agent in Valorant serves their own purpose and has a huge potential. Like an instrument, these agents are easy to pick up but require a lot of practice to master. The more you play your agent, the better your mastery with them will be. Before we get into our video, we bring you the question of the day. How are you liking Reyna so far? Do you think she's balanced, or what should they change about her? For me, I like how different she is, but I'm curious to see how she'll do in competitive play. Her flash is very strong though. Like Riot said, this is a very feast or famine character. She needs to be the one killing to activate her abilities, not her teammates. Also, the orbs disappear fairly fast, so it's a little tricky to grasp the situations that are presented. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Now let's get right into it. This is what you came for. In the first slot, we had the brand new addition to Valorant in the patch 1.0. It's Reyna. Some of you guys might be surprised, but she is a very simple agent to pick up and learn. In terms of a mechanical ability, her flash, Leer, is very easy to use as it goes through walls and is able to be placed in the air. This flash is extremely useful for taking map control. Enemies in the presence of Leer either have to shoot it, which would give their position away, or back up and wait for it to run out, meaning they will concede the area around Leer, giving you free control to waltz up in there like you own the place. Throwing it up in the sky is usually the best bet, as opponents will have to move their crosshair all the way up and shoot at it, and then bring it back down to aim at you, which most likely will shake up their aim. Throwing it up in the sky might also affect operators holding an angle and force them to retreat or shoot, giving info on their whereabouts. This ability shines the most though when attacking and your team is trying to push through a choke. The fact it stays where it's placed makes it so much different than a standard flash like Breach's or Phoenix flash. Aside from her C ability, her Q plus E are very straightforward as well. Both Devour, her Q, and Dismiss, her E, have the prerequisite that you must kill an enemy before it's being able to be casted. If you kill the enemy, an orb drops that allows you to use your two linked abilities. You have the option of choosing to heal yourself with your Devour and getting a little overheal, which counts as health, or with Dismiss, getting a short phase of invulnerability and speed that allows you to reposition while not being able to get killed. And then you have her ulti Empress, which amplifies her combat stats and her linked QE abilities. When Empress is active, it's like you're constantly in Brim's stim beacon. It puts you in a frenzy state, which gives you increased firing rate, reload speed, and equip speed to hunt down unfortunate prey in your path. As for Q, with Empress active, it instantly heals you and does not consume a stack. Being able to instantly heal is underrated, as Reyna's normal Q usually takes quite a bit to fully heal. With it being instant, you can go right back to fighting more enemies. Alongside that, in Empress form with E, you turn invisible. If there are multiple enemies around and you get the first kill, you can E instantly to reposition and catch your enemies off guard. Currently, while she is still new, people won't fully expect the speed and invisibility of Reyna's E. Make sure to have fun with this while you still can, because people will pick up very quickly. Now, it's very easy to understand and grasp the extent of Reyna's abilities. However, knowing which one to use in every situation requires a lot of game sense and experience with the agent in order to master her. And if you really do want to master your agent, we can help you out with that. At ProGuides.com, we have many coaches that put countless hours into the game to master their agents and the game. They would happily assist and guide you on subjects you require help on. With the new InstaPro feature, we have coaches on demand 24/7, and you'll be able to chat with them before deciding whether or not you want to commit. Be sure to check us out in the link below if you're really interested in becoming a better player and how to master any agent you wish. Moving on to our next agent, it's Sage, the most essential pick in any team composition. If you're looking to understand the pure fundamentals of the game, this is your go-to pick. A good Sage dominates the game with her strong defensive holds and amazing supportive capabilities. As her role as a sentinel, she's insanely strong at holding down narrow choke points that buy a lot of time for teammates' rotations. Her kit is very simple to understand, but you need to understand when to use her utility and to not panic waste your abilities. She recently got some nerfs that will make Sage mains grown a little bit in patch 1.0, but nothing too gutting. If you're interested in learning about the patch, check out our video as well as our tier list in the link below. Like I said, for Sage, focus on not throwing out your utility too quickly into a round. If you're on defense, wait until you hear footsteps before putting up your wall. After the attacker starts shooting your wall down, play a safe angle where you can jiggle peek or jump spot if they are pushing in. If you can't see, they are most likely committing through using smokes, ultimate abilities, or you hear 3+ footsteps, that's when you ideally want to throw your slow orb down. As for healing, it's now on a 45-second CD, so make sure you save it for teammates that really need it. Be sure when a teammate is low, communicate to them how you guys should rotate. Always try to look at the minimap and see what is being watched and what isn't. Then make reasonable rotations that allow your teammates to come to you or vice versa, depending on the situation. As for resurrection, it's pretty straightforward. Ask teammates to assist you in getting a safe res off, but even in risky situations like 3v3 on retake, don't be afraid to just do it and use your res teammate as bait. They might not like it, but it'll give you the best chances of winning the round. To reinstate, Sage is definitely the most essential pick towards any team composition at the moment. Learning her will greatly increase your chances of winning. She is also very easy to play and understand, so there's great returns for learning this agent. Be sure to pick her up if you haven't already. And for our next pick is the grizzled veteran with a nice beard. It's Brimstone. For a lot of you CSGO players out there transitioning to Valorant, this is the pick made for you. With smokes and a molly, what else do you need? Apparently a laser that shoots out from the heavens and obliterates anybody standing in the vicinity. This character is very straightforward with all his abilities, but I do recommend going into custom games and practicing his smokes. You want to learn all the good smoke spots while making sure your smokes don't have gaps for your opponents to shoot you through. His smokes are very straightforward as you place them to cut off line of sight of places where you think enemies might be playing. Just remember, when you pull out the gadget on his wrist, it does make a sound for everybody to hear. If an enemy is near, they will peek and kill you if you're not prepared. It's also useful for baiting though. If you know an enemy is around the corner, you can trick them into peeking and hopefully land a free kill. As for his incendiary, it's best used to deter pushes on the defending side, but also can be used to clear a corner or be saved for the bomb on post plant. He only has one molly, but it's the strongest molly in the game. Put in the right spot at the right time, this thing will win a round. It lasts for about 10 seconds and does insane amounts of damage. Paired with his ultimate from the skies, it's very hard to lose post plants if you use these two abilities properly in conjunction. Brimstone's ultimate is probably the most versatile in the game. It can be used to clear hiding spots, deter pushes, act as a smokescreen, and stop people from defusing. What more can you actually ask for? This character is amazing and almost as essential as Sage in the right hands. Be sure to... Oh wait, he still has one more ability. Yes folks, we did not forget about his stim beacon. This is the most underrated ability, and Brimstone players and teammates alike sometimes forget that he has this ability. This ability is, like we said for Reyna, gives increased rate of fire, reload speed, and weapon switch speed in an area of effect. All those that pass through it, including enemies, will get this increased combat buff. It's very useful on attack when pushing together through a narrow area. Placing it in front of where you're going ensures all your teammates will run through it and get the buff. On the defensive side though, it's a bit tricky as people can see the radius of the stim beacon, making it very choreographed if you're about to peek. Also, when you're hiding in a corner, try not to use this ability unless you're using it as bait. A lot of the times you're playing on defense, you'll be hiding in an angle. Stim beacon will completely give away your position, and you'll be dead in no time unless you're an aiming god. Make sure you know the implications of giving away your position when using stim beacon. Last but not least, we have our fiery boy Phoenix, one of the coolest character designs in the game as he can spark fire from his hands. Again, for CSGO players, this character is the entry fragger's wet dream. From being able to flash himself in, to being able to create a firewall for himself, and being able to clear corners with his molly, and did I also mention he can heal himself after with his abilities? But wait, there's more! With his ultimate run it back, you get a secondary fake body that you're able to use and shoot opponents while still being able to cast your abilities. If you die with your fake body, you get respawned to where you initially casted your ultimate. Yeah, this dude is pretty fire, but just make sure you ulti in a safe spot or your real body will get found and you will get fired upon. Wherever position you begin the ultimate from, opponents and teammates alike will see the circle of flames on the floor, so enemies can just wait beside that spot and kill you when you return. Make sure that you're ulting from a safe spot or that a teammate is holding your ultimate for when you return so that you're safe and sound. Every one of Phoenix's ability is pretty straightforward besides his flash. When starting to learn Phoenix, sometimes you just aren't used to how the flash curves, and you also might hit objects near you. I definitely recommend practicing common flash angles in custom games so you know what to expect. Phoenix is the best for aggressive players that just want to spark up their team by getting entry frags and getting their team a lot of space by leading the charge forward. For defense, he plays as an aggressive intel gatherer, which is sometimes tricky, but sometimes will flat out win the game for your team. Phoenix is a very high risk, high reward defensive agent. You want to use your flashes to your advantage and peek with them to gain info or even secure a kill and back off. If you don't really see or hear anything, you can start to walk and push it if you feel like it's safe. For defense, you need a lot of experience on what angles are best played and how to throw good flashes, but this is a character that you should for sure pick up if you like entry fragging and aim duels. And with that, that will be our video for today. Hope you guys had a great time watching and enjoyed our content. Expect more great videos on the way as Valorant continues to grow. As always, you can support us by commenting, and subscribing, and we fully appreciate all the support you guys show. Thanks for all the love as always. I'm Stray, and I'm signing out. Have a good one, folks.